Hey friends, I'm here in the basement. It is week number 9. So the first thing we are going to do is take a peek at where everything's at. As you can see, I've got some pretty seedlings. I can't believe it's week 9 that I've been starting seeds. And I am going to spoiler this a little bit. Today, I'm not actually going to plant any new seeds. We're going to look at everything I've got going, and I'll tell you why after we get through all these things here. But first, let's check out how everything looks right now. Okay, we're going to start here with the table that is getting the least amount of light and warmth. This is the one that I've got hanging very high. My heat source that's down here is actually pointing away from it. And I've got that egress window there, so this part of the room is a little cooler. I would really like to move these upstairs next week into a window and toward the sunlight, but I'm afraid my animals will attack them, so I'm still thinking about how to do that. Many of these, though, are ready to start hardening off as soon as the outside weather provides me some time. So I checked AccuWeather today, and I still have a teen night next week. So they definitely can't be out full time, but none of the days are much over 40 either. So I'm not going to put these outside to start hardening until I get a little bit of sunshine and maybe a day flirting with 50. I'll put them out for an hour, bring them back in. But I have to find a safe place for them upstairs first, or as soon as I take them up there, my animals will eat them. I guess I could take them from down here all the way outside, but I'd rather just move them upstairs and be able to take them in and out real quick and easy. So in progress, but let's take a look at what I got here. These borage look fantastic. Borage are really easy to grow, and I could have direct seeded these guys outside, but I wanted to get them started early. I'm going to put them around my chicken coop because they grow so well that even if the chickens peck at them a little bit, I'm hoping I can still have plants around the chicken coop. That's one of my goals this year, to get plants around my chicken coop. I've got some kales back here. They're looking nice and long. This lettuce looks fantastic. It does need to go outside, but it can't yet, so I'm not exactly sure what to do with it. I might have to put it out in a green stalk or something on the front porch. I'm not exactly sure. Let's just say the lettuce is an unknown situation. I am going to start new lettuce though, so that I've got more ready in case I can't use this. And then I got Copenhagen cabbage and Brunswick cabbage over here. Copenhagen I've done in the past, it does well. This Brunswick is supposed to be a very good storage cabbage. So that's there. Behind me on the next tray right here, I have got all of the violas and pansies. Got the blues, Blue Perfection and Late of Fire. Those all look really good. And then I also have some of this purple Sicily cauliflower. See in the bottom where this leaf is going funny colored? That's just the seed leaves in the bottom. Those will do that and they'll just fall off. See, this guy right here doesn't have any. This guy's got some. Those are just going to fall off just like his did. Nothing to worry about. Back here, a tray. I have got rapini broccoli on the end. I got some Bright Lights chard. Look at those stems. Aren't those stems beautiful? They look so pretty when they get out in the garden. Right here in the middle are my Brussels sprouts, and they are looking really nice. And then the rest of this tray is all that red mustard. You can kind of like see the red veinings. Oh, that one doesn't get to see. This one you can see it pretty good. It's really, really pretty outside. And on the back I have my celery, which is getting long and leggy, but it cannot be helped. It is what it is. It just grew too fast this year. And I got a couple other things over here. They're kind of in that same family. I've got hollyhocks back here that can handle a little bit of the cold. I've got some scabiosa and some pincushion mix. I've got my artichokes right there. This big tall guy right here is an artichoke. And then I've got some calendula on the end. And then right here, these are some kales. They're called Premier Kale. I've never grown this one before, but I'm liking how it's going so far. And then in the tray with it, I have got that second planting of kales that I did, and red acre cabbage that took off like crazy. Scarlet kale, there's a little bit more Premier Kale. And this one up here, this is the Waltham broccoli. This one, it doesn't look the best. I'm not gonna lie. Some of them look okay, but some of them are looking a little crazy. I'm not sure how it's gonna go. 9-star cauliflower. Looks like I had some cat damage. A little bit of extra kale and celery. More Premier kale. I don't know how I got so much Premier kale. Whoops, poor planning, huh? And then I've got some calendula here. This is the calendula that I was gonna sow outside and ended up inside. And then here's all my parsley that's doing really well. That's the giant parsley and the 3 curled parsley. Beautiful, right? So this is kind of my area of things that I would like to get moving upstairs into natural light, out of the basement, and be able to start throwing outside in the front porch as it starts to get a little warmer here and there. Where's my lemon tree? She's doing fine. She'll be good. Don't worry. This tray's kind of a mix of things. Remember last week, week before, I went through and kind of put things together with things that are about the same size. That way something that's really tall and big isn't competing for light next to something that's little and tiny. That's not going to work out very good. So here is the red tornado ivy geraniums that I grew from seed. They're looking so good. And I did get one more to sprout. And then I got this little guy right here who was actually a chamomile. I don't know how he got in there. My mountain mint is doing good. I'm going to come through, see how this one guy is really tall and these guys are short. I'm going to go ahead and give him a little haircut and trim him back. Same thing right here. These guys are shorter, he's taller. If you pinch something back, certain things, look into it before you do, but certain things you can pinch back and it will make them a bushier, stronger plant. I do have this one Ella campaign back here. And I had one little tiny marjoram right there, but this is a marjoram right here too. And then remember my cumin, so much of it died, but some of it is looking okay. So I might end up getting some cumin after all. And then I got some flowers here. My columbine, ground cherries, still no action. Actually, look at that. There is a little action there. Huh. To the commenter that told me to hold on, ground cherries will come. Thank you. They are. Nice. I've got some Tulsi basil right here. This is my first year getting that to grow. I'm really excited. I've got one little Vera lavender. Man. My cilantro. These cucamelon plants are doing great. That's fantastic. That's too many. I don't need that many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 of those is going to make a ton of cucamelon, so I'll probably give some of those away or sell them at the plant sale. I've got chives, garlic chives, and original. And then these are those balloon flowers. They're Fuji blue, which I have never grown, and they seem to be doing pretty well. So this tray is kind of a mixed bag, but they seem to be doing pretty decent. This tray was sown a little bit later, and it is an interesting mix here. I've got these sweet double Williams, which are growing nice and tall, and obviously they were pointed toward the light that way. I'll flip them around when I put them back up there. I've got these celotias that just came up. I've got stock coming up, which I've never grown before, but I hear is beautiful and fragrant. I've got Gumfrina, which is another one that's new to me this year. Butterfly milkweed is coming up, which this is not new to me, but I've never grown it successfully from seed this well before, so I'm really excited. My Dara and my bouquet dill all have this really funny color to them. I don't exactly know what's going on with this. They're not dead or dry, but they're all like this brown kind of color, which has me a little concerned. I'm not sure what's going on there. It might be a nutrient deficiency. I did order some fish emulsion, which I'm gonna start fertilizing with, which I'll go ahead and put that on here when I do, but maybe that'll help out. Down here, I have got lobelias coming up. Look how, I don't even know if the camera's gonna pick up how small they are. Like to get that close. This is probably, I don't even know, like 50 seeds. It's crazy. All right, so this, yeah, I gotta get this straightened out. And I'm almost certain this is probably a fertilizer issue, because when you start seeds in the house, they only have so many nutrients. You don't have a lot of nutrients in your seed starting mix to begin with. None at all in a seed starting mix, but I used a potting mix, so there's a little bit, but I am gonna need to start fertilizing these probably this week. I think it comes tomorrow, so soon. This tray is so beautiful. Look how pretty you are. She needs some little bit of water, but these are all my basils. So I've got Genovese basil, which this is an older seed pack, so I'm not surprised. by the germination right there. This lemon basil. This lemon basil looks the same, but it smells so amazing. Like, you just touch it. I wish you could smell it. It smells so good. Amaretto is back there. That one's kind of like a two-tone. I've got purple ruffles and purple ball basil back there. Lettuce leaf basil, Siam queen basil. And then here I've got single parsley that I re-sowed because my first one didn't do well. And then these are cat grasses and catnips over here. Okay, that was the top row. It was just easier to pull them down for you. This next row right here, these are the lettuces I was supposed to winter sow. And I actually forget what variety. Is it a prize head? Okay. There, okay. Here I have got my delphiniums are coming up. I'm so excited. I actually didn't think they were going to come up. They were taking a really long time and I thought I messed it up. And they're so pretty. They're one of my favorite flowers. Right next to them are another favorite flower. How many favorite flowers am I allowed to have, really? Lupins. They're getting really nice and tall. These are going to sell really good. Next to the lupin, I've got an anise hyssop back there. 2 of them. And then I've got some snapdragons. Here. A couple milkweed. A couple scarlet kale. And then back over here are all of my chamomiles. The Zlatilan Polish heirloom one and Marguerite chamomile. So they're all chugging right along. And then here are some flowers that I had. That Rose Rhapsody Salvia has been slow going, but they're up. Back there is my Wild Thyme and all of my snapdragons that I just pretty much threw in and stowed. And then this is a mint mix that is taking off. I might have to thin that out. Those look great. Down below, I've got the other mix that I was supposed to throw outside. These are calendula. It's a Pacific Beauty blend. And then here are my onions. The Elsa Craigs. It's got some yellow Spanish and a couple red Weathersfield. And they all did really good. I gave them a haircut because they're nice and straight in the top. That's fantastic. If they start flopping over, you don't want that. That's bad. All right, that's that rack. Oh, I lied. I got a couple more over here. Look at my owls. Aren't they looking so cute? I think I'm going to sell these as a pair. So you get a chive and a basil together with a little elf and a little owl and a big owl. Aren't those adorable? Oh, they're so cute. Okay, that leaves us with this table back here. In the back, I've got 2 racks here. This is just a kind of a smattering of things. Canterbury bells. This is the only single Italian parsley that germinated for me the first time, but it's growing, so I'm letting it go. Coreopsis. Here's my single seed challenge pepper. It is a shishito pepper, single seed challenge. Silver dollar eucalyptus. I pulled that out so I had some more room for light. It was kind of getting out-competed in spot. French rosemary. These are all bee balm. And the ones in the end are all that raspberry daiquiri agastache. It's really, really pretty. And then these are my zinnias. I don't know what it is about these zinnias that make me so happy. This Queen Lemon Peach was new this year and doesn't have really good germination. I'm a little bit disappointed in that one, but the rest of them appear to be doing really well. The only one that's a little bit slow is this Profusion Double Salmon Zinnia, and they actually are a little slow. They do take a little while. I've noticed this before in years past. I've grown it from seeds several times. The Profusion ones are slightly smaller, and the seeds look a little different when you plant them, so that is okay. And then over here in the end, I have 3 asters that all germinated too. I love it. And then in front, 1, 2, 3, 4 trays of peppers. And that's actually, I've got the heater here right close to them, trying to heat up underneath them. So if we look right here, this tray has got nothing. Also, look at what I did. I put 2 things in here to mark what those are. Do you think that I remember? I'm gonna have to watch my own video back to see what the heck they were. I never wrote on them what they were. Dummy. My nata penos are coming up like gangbusters. They're all up except for 2 cells, I think. Fantastic. The rest of these, not really getting much germination, but they take a long time. I've got my first bell over here. That lilac bell is coming up. Shishitos are starting to pop up. Oh, I have some California Wonders back here. That's a bell pepper too that are coming up. Bananas. Bananas are always one of my first ones to germinate. This giallo. That's from Hoss Tools. And pepperoncinis are up. Well, that's about what we got for peppers. This is not surprising news. That's why I start my peppers earlier than my tomatoes, because they take a little bit longer. Okay, so now's normally the time we look at the calendar. And we can. Here's February's calendar, and it is a mess of planting things. So what I did this morning is I went on here and I flipped to March, maybe, and I added the things we still needed, which is barely anything at all. Cosmos, Alyssum, and Bachelor buttons, tomatoes, sunflowers, and that's it. So I am going to take a week off from planting things and let these peppers get going a little bit further on. And because my last frost date is the first week of May right now. So I have got a good 8 weeks still to go. I'm going to wait. My tomatoes will do fine with 6 to 8 weeks. So I've got a little bit of a break. Cosmos, Alyssum, and Bachelor button all grow very quickly. They're going to be just fine. With the way the temps look outside right now, I just want to slow my roll just a little bit, keep what I have manageable, and there is no shame in that. There is no shame in changing the plan, redirecting course, saying, hold on, I need to breathe for a minute. Right now, this is what I can handle down here. I don't know what I'm doing with this yet. Before I go ahead and shove a bunch more in here, I should take the time to figure out what I'm going to do with what I have right now first. So, no new seeds today. I am probably going to go through and pick the tomato varieties I'm going to do. I do have 3 tomato variety videos that I put out this week. I will link them below. Give me your feedback. Tell me what kind you like. I need to make a decision on this. Thank you so much to everyone that has already made some feedback. I've got a couple of varieties picked out based on viewer suggestions. But that'll be what we come back to next week for week 10. We'll start some of our tomatoes and these couple flowers probably that are on here. Yeah, all right. I hope you have a great day and you enjoyed looking at all the green, because right now outside it is all a bunch of snow here in Michigan. All right, have a good day.